I don't think it's any secret for people that have been following this channel that I'm a fan of college football, mostly when we get to the bowl season. Now, true, I've had my share of attending college football games, mostly when I lived in Lawrence, Kansas, where I attended several KU games. Now, with that said though, last year college football was kind of in a situation to where it had well, I'll just put it this way, a very conspicuous beginning, a very, out of its hands, conspicuous beginning to its season. Some conferences didn't want to begin at all until this spring, mostly those being like the NCAA Division II, or FCS as they call them, and others wanting to wait until they got the okay from the state governments or the local regions in where they reside at to play ball. However, with that said though, one of the most rewarding situations for any team is to go to a bowl game. Now last year, the NCAA made the exception of allowing all the teams, despite their record, to be in a bowl game. The reason being is because of the fact that, well, they were put into a circumstantial situation that was beyond their control, and at least letting them participate in a bowl game that year would kind of be like their way of saying thank you, which it was. It was the NCAA's way of saying thank you to these teams, to these universities, for basically going out there and allowing the players to entertain people, even if there was nobody in attendance. Allow them to entertain people from the comfort of their own home. The best way they felt that they could reward them is to let them take part in some bowl games, which they did. Now this year will be a little bit back to a normal kind of pace, to where that's no longer going to be the exception, and if you have a losing record, your chances of being in a bowl game are very, very, very slim of happening unless there's an opening that is necessary. And the only reason a lot of these teams with losing records last year got to be in these bowl games is because a lot of the major schools declined for health and safety reasons. And that is a good decision if they feel, hey, we don't want to take the chance that any of our student athletes could, end up being contaminated with the COVID, along with the coaching staff and anybody else involved. So basically, a lot of schools that normally wouldn't have gotten a chance at a bowl game got to be in a bowl game last year. Like I remember North Texas took the opportunity given to them by going into a bowl game themselves, and I think they had like a 3-7, 4-7 record or something like that. But with that said though, when I look back at last year and the fact that some bowl games had to cancel due to the whole COVID situation, it really felt very, very unusual, because it felt like these bowl games became defunct. And what I mean by defunct, I'm talking mainly the fact that they were no longer operational. But that's not the case, because the only reason they were defunct was because of COVID. But speaking of defunct, I was thinking about this the other day, because here on YouTube, you can actually, if you scroll, or if you go to the search bar, whether it's on your computer, your PC, or even your television, and you speak into the mic or you type it in, you can find a variety of full-length college bowl games that are no longer in existence. I mean, I could basically speak into the mic of my remote here, or type it in on my computer or even my phone and say California Raisin Bowl or California Bowl, and I'll get a numerous full-length games from that bowl. And that bowl game took place in Fresno, right here in the Central Valley. But that's not the only one. I could type in Freedom Bowl. Boom. Freedom Bowl, various full-length versions of the Freedom Bowl throughout the years shows up. Blockbuster Bowl, same thing. Aloha Bowl, same thing. You get, almost an unlimited amount of bowl games that are no longer in existence. And it's hard to believe that when you look back at these and you look at the teams involved, you're like, wow, if only these bowl games were still around. And I have a list of the defunct bowl games right here that I truly believe some of these could make a comeback if given the opportunity. So, for example, this is provided by Yardbaker, I think, Yardbarker, I think, Yardbarker.com, or Yardraker, actually, Yardraker.com. And this is some of the bowl games they listed off that they missed. The first one is, and they did it in alphabetical order. The first one is the All-American Bowl. The All-American Bowl, originally called the Hall of Fame Classic, launched in 1977 and was later known as the All-American Bowl in 1986. The game concluded in 1990. It was played at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, with notable game MVPs to its credit. Now we know that, Birmingham, Alabama has the Birmingham Bowl right now, as far as we still know. So why not potentially just rename that, rechristen it, the All-American Bowl game? After what we've gone through, I think having a patriotic themed bowl game, I know it'd be not the first, I know it wouldn't be the only one, but you get the idea. But having another patriotic themed one, I think would really help people out. And hey, it's in Birmingham, Alabama. It's at Legion Field where you have the Birmingham Bowl. Why not just rechristen it? Like I said, why not just rechristen it the All-American Bowl, if you will? Why not just do that, rechristen it? And I guarantee you do that, you might see ticket sales go up. You might see ticket sales go up. The other one is the Aloha Bowl. This is the bowl game that's been rechristened the Ohana Bowl and Oahu Bowl, I should say the Oahu Bowl, and now the Hawaii Bowl, which right now it's pretty much not going to happen this year because they shut down Aloha Stadium. But it might still happen because what's going on apparently is they're going to potentially expand one of the fields on the University of Hawaii's property for the time being while they get the other new stadium potentially up and going, breaking the ground and all that. So the Hawaii Bowl may still happen, but the Aloha Bowl, I thought the name was great. And it was one of the rare bowl games that was played on Christmas. Now, we did get a Christmas Bowl this year as well, but I'll tell you, if they wanted to bring back the Aloha Bowl and give Hawaii like maybe 2 bowl games, they should bring the Aloha Bowl back for the new stadium. They got the new Aloha Stadium potentially happening. Bring back the Aloha Bowl, call it the new Aloha Bowl. And I guarantee you people will enjoy that. The Blue Bonnet Bowl, this was a bowl game that started in 1959 and went to 87. And it says here, Texas universities were regular participants, with the Longhorns participating in the final one in 87. And it was played in either the Astrodome or Rice Stadium. Well, I think honestly you have, the Texas Bowl. I think the Blue Bonnet, if you wanted to do Blue Bonnet one more time, at Texas Stadium or RNG Stadium, I think that would work too. So yeah, I would go. I would consider, if I'm the people behind the Texas Bowl, I would reconsider renaming it Blue Bonnet just for maybe 1 year, give it a little bit of nostalgia. California Bowl. Now this is interesting. Because last year, LA was supposed to get the LA Bowl. What better way to rechristen and bring back an old school bowl game title than the California Bowl and having it at SoFi Stadium? To me, the California Bowl would be the best name for it because you have it taking place in LA or on the outskirts of LA in Inglewood. But what better way to really emphasize that, hey, we're back as a state, we're back to capacity, than to name the newest bowl game that you were supposed to debut last year at that stadium, the California Bowl. So I think California Bowl needs to be considered, needs to be the new name for the LA Bowl, if you will. And if not, then go with the SoFi Bowl. It works better. The Cherry Bowl, let's see. Was only around for 2 years from 84 to 85 and played at the Pontiac Silverdome. Well, guess what played in Detroit right now? The Motor City Bowl, right? Or the Ford, I think that's what it is, the Motor City Bowl. Guess what? You want to bring the Cherry Bowl back? Boom, there you go. Even if for one time. The Delta Bowl, let's see, this was in Memphis, Tennessee. And let's see, it played from 48 to 49. You really want to go back in time and say, hey, this is a bowl game we haven't had in a while. Let's bring it back. You got, Music City, you got Nashville where the Titans play. I know you got a bowl game there, but why not rechristen that as the Delta Bowl? I think people would like it. Just drinking some Sierra Mist there. You got the Dixie Bowl. This was played in Birmingham too, but I think, because of what's going on right now, I don't think you want to chance that. So Dixie Bowl and the Dixie Classic, I think are the kinds that you might want to not really do right now. I mean, they're great names, but because of what's going on right now in our world, the SJWs, the council culture and all that, I think it's best if you don't do the Dixie games, if you will. The Freedom Bowl, which was played in Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California, I think is one you could consider doing. Heck, I talked about the SoFi Bowl or the LA Bowl in Inglewood at SoFi Stadium being rechristened the California Bowl. Well, if you don't want to do that, guess what? You can rechristen it the Freedom Bowl, and it would work just as well. So yeah, I think the Freedom Bowl is another one they should bring back, and it should either go into SoFi Stadium and basically have them rechristen the LA Bowl the Freedom Bowl if they're not going to do the California Bowl. So yeah, SoFi Stadium, if they're going to have any future bowl games there starting with this new one, then they need to rechristen them either the California or the Freedom, in my opinion. Alright, Garden State Bowl, which is a game that took place at Giant Stadium. I think they could do that. I think the Garden State Bowl would be a great one for them to bring back. They could even call it the MetLife Garden State Bowl if you want. And they got MetLife Stadium they could play it in. So I think Garden State Bowl, can definitely be on the books for a return. The Harbor Bowl, this was played in San Diego. I don't know. I mean, the Harbor Bowl sounds good. But if I was to do a Harbor Bowl, honestly, I would do it in San Francisco. I would do it at Oracle Park. That's where I would do it. So I would do it in San Francisco in the stadium where the Giants play, Oracle Park. Because if you want to do Harbor, that's the best, way of getting a Harbor Bowl going. Really, back into existence, if you know what I mean. Houston Bowl, I think honestly if you want to do that, you want to do the Houston Bowl but you want to keep the other bowl game in Houston, give Houston double billing. Give them the Texas Bowl at R&G Stadium, if you will, or whatever you want to call it down the line like I mentioned, which was, what was it, the what do I call it? The Blue Bonnet, if you wanted to do that. And whether you keep it Texas Bowl or Blue Bonnet Bowl, whatever you want to call it. I think the Houston Bowl could make a comeback, but you don't have to put it in. Here's the thing. The one thing about Houston, and Alex knows this better than anybody, Alex Hicks, is you have two viable venues. You got NRG Stadium for the Texas Bowl, or if you want to rechristen it the Blue Bonnet Bowl, just for maybe one time. And you got Minute Maid Park. There you go. Minute Maid Park, where you could have a Houston Bowl. Or maybe even rechristen the Houston Bowl, the Blue Bonnet Bowl, right there as well. Easy. So I think the Houston Bowl can make a comeback, and I think Minute Maid Park is a perfect venue for it. International Bowl used to be played in Toronto from basically was only played in 2007 to 2010. International Bowl, you know, I would like to see it make a return, but if I was to do it, I wouldn't do it in Toronto. I wouldn't. I know they have the Bahamas Bowl that they're doing, but if I'm the NCAA and I want to bring back or consider bringing back the International Bowl, I look at two venues. I look at Wembley Stadium in London, England, and once things are cleared up, and they should be by, let's say, late July, which is next month, and mostly through August, I look at the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. Those are the two venues I would look at for an International Bowl, in my opinion. Little Caesars Pizza Bowl, I think we could do without that. It had its run. The Oil Bowl, which was at Rice Field in Houston, I think we're good with that. We don't have to worry about that one either. The Pasadena Bowl, now this is an interesting one because it also got known as the Junior Rose Bowl. And basically it was renamed at Pasadena Bowl until 1971. And it featured California JUCO champs against NCJC, against the National Junior College, the NJCAA champs. Pasadena Bowl, I think you could bring back for NCAA for FBS. So I think you should put that into the consideration. At least it would give, I look at it this way. You could take a Mountain West team and a Pac-12 team and put them into the Rose Bowl or the Pasadena Bowl at the Rose Bowl and kind of give them a taste of what it would be like if, they don't make it to that level of, hey, we could be in the actual Rose Bowl, at least give them a shot to play in the stadium where the game takes place. So I think, bring back the Pasadena Bowl, give Pac-12 team, give like some of the third place or fourth place Pac-12 teams and maybe runners-up or third place teams in the Mountain West a chance to play. I think that'd be good. Paseta Bowl, Paseta Bowl I think could do good. I mean, you had it at San Diego, if you will. Paseta Bowl, I would say it has a good chance to make a comeback, and I would actually, honestly, I would have it take place where the San Diego Padres play. I really would. Because you got a stadium there, you can convert that, even for one time. It's a win-win. The Raisin Bowl, of course, that's just another version. That's the original name of the California Bowl. So, again, stick by what I said there earlier. The Salad Bowl, I don't think so. I think they're good. I don't think you have to go there. Let's see. Seattle Bowl. Oh, now this is something. Seattle Bowl, I think you could really consider bringing back. I mean, you got the stadium where the Seahawks play. And then occasionally the Washington Huskies and Cougars play. I definitely think the Seattle Bowl should make a return. I think the NCAA should consider it. Because I can definitely tell you the city of Seattle will appreciate it more than anybody. I can tell you that right now. Silicon Valley Bowl. That one, maybe you could consider doing it. But if you want to do the Silicon Valley, then do it at Levi Stadium. Rechristen the Red Box Bowl the Silicon Valley Bowl. And there you go. You don't have to worry about it being in Spartan Stadium in San Jose State, which is a good venue, don't get me wrong. But I think, honestly, if you want to rechristen a bowl game in that Silicon Valley area, rechristen that Red Box Bowl or whatever it's called, the Foster Farmers Bowl, whatever it is, at Levi Stadium, the Silicon Valley Bowl. And I guarantee you people will be watching. They'll also want to attend it, believe me. But that's just a list of some of the defunct bowl games and some of them that I definitely think can make a comeback. Make it some that what I'm trying to say here is that's the list of a lot of the current defunct bowl games and some of them that I truly believe could make a comeback, especially now with a lot of the newer venues out there and everything available. So I definitely think some of these bowl games, like the Freedom, the California, the Houston, the Seattle, Pasadena, I think a lot of them Bluebonnet. I think a lot of them, even if it's for one time, can make a comeback. But speaking of bowl games, last month we finally did get somewhat of an official schedule. Unless things change again, we did get an official schedule for this year's bowl games. And the schedule goes like this. This is courtesy of ESPN.com. Schedule goes like this starting this year, unless things change, which, praise to God, they won't. This is how it's going to go. On Friday, December 17th, the first two bowl games will be the Bahamas Bowl and the Cure Bowl. Bahamas will be at noon Eastern. Cure will be at 6 Eastern, the Cure Bowl. And both will be on ESPN, ESPN 1 and ESPN 2 for the Cure Bowl. Saturday, December 18th, you'll have the roofclaim.com, you'll have the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl on ESPN at 11 a.m. Eastern, which I guess would be 8 a.m. where I'm at. It's kind of early, but okay. Then you got the Cricket Celebration Bowl at noon on ABC. And I think there's another bowl game as well, but I didn't get it. It's kind of weird. But one bowl game is at 3:30 p.m. I think that might be, if I don't see it here. Let me see. Is it on here? Let me see. I don't see it on it. I think that might be the is it? Let me see. I'm just making sure, guys. Now, I don't know which one that was at 3:30. Oh, that might be the Las Vegas Bowl. I think that's what it is, the Las Vegas Bowl. So yeah, I think the Las Vegas, unless it's here. Yeah, I think it's the Las Vegas Bowl. Oh, that's going to be at 3:30. And then we have the Lending Tree Bowl, which is at 5:45. These are Eastern times. And then we have the LA Bowl, which is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Then we have the New Orleans Bowl, which is at 9:15 p.m. Eastern time. And ABC apparently is going to get 1, 2, 3 bowl games on that day. That's pretty cool. And then on Monday, December 20th, you have the Myrtle Beach Bowl at 2:30. On Tuesday, 21st, you have the famous Idaho Potato Bowl at 3:30, and the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl at 7:30. Again, these are Eastern times, if you will. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd of December, you have the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, to be determined, but it will be on ESPN. Then on the 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, you have the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Gasparilla Bowl, I can't pronounce the word. Gasparilla Bowl, that's what it is. And then on Friday, I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm assuming it's going to be at that stadium where they're currently converting right now. At 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday, Christmas Eve, we will have the on Christmas Eve we will have the Hawaii Bowl. Again, I'm not sure I'm not sure how they're going to do that. I'm guessing it's going to be at that converted stadium on the campus of University of Hawaii. And then on Christmas Day, we have the Carmela Bowl at 2:30 Eastern on ESPN. Then on the 27th of December, we have the Quick Lane Bowl at 11 a.m., which is 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. Then we have the Military Bowl at 2:30 Eastern on ESPN. And then to follow that at 3... Am I right about that? It's kind of weird if it's at 3:15. It'll be integrating. So I'm guessing they mean ESPN2 on one of these. I'm not really sure unless I missed something. Oh, no. This is the 28th. Okay, this is the 28th. I did miss something. One thing about printing these things is they kind of miss out on some things. So on the 28th, at 3:15 p.m., again, there might be more I'm missing, we have the First Responder Bowl on ESPN. Then we have the Liberty Bowl at 6:45 Eastern on ESPN. We have the Guaranteed Rate Bowl at set 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. And then on the 29th at 11 a.m. Eastern, we have the Fenway Bowl, ESPN. Then we have the New Era Pinstripe Bowl following that on ESPN at 1:15 p.m. Then we have the Cheez-It Bowl on ESPN at 5:45 p.m. Eastern. Then we have the Alamo Bowl at 9:15 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Then on the 30th of December, we have at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the Duke's Mayho Bowl. And then at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl. And then we get into some of the New Year's Day 6 bowls. We have the 7 p.m. We have the Peach Bowl. And then, the Las Vegas Bowl is on December 30th. So obviously that wasn't the one that was at 3:15 on that day on 3:30 on ABC. I gotta check that out, guys. Hold on for a sec. Hold on for a sec, guys. I gotta make sure I got this right. That was kind of my fault there. Let me see what that is. Let's see. Okay, ESPN. Here we go. Let's see what it was. Oh, it was the Independence Bowl. Okay, so what we have basically, going back to the 18th, we have, again, like I say, we have the Boca Raton Bowl, we have the Celebration Bowl, we have the New Mexico Bowl at 2:15 on ESPN, then we have the Independence Bowl, then we have the Lending Tree Bowl following that, and then everything else that I just mentioned. And then on the 28th, before the First Responder Bowl at noon Eastern, we have the Birmingham Bowl. And then we have the First Responder Bowl. Then we have the Liberty Bowl. Then we have the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, all the times I mentioned. And then here on the 29th, we have, like I said, the Fenway Bowl at 11 a.m. Eastern, Pinstripe Bowl at 2:15, Cheez-It, and then Alamo, all the times I mentioned. And then now at December 30th, we have the Mayho Bowl, the Duke's Mayho Bowl at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Trans-Pacific Music City Bowl at 3 p.m. Eastern, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, and then at 10:30 Eastern we have the Las Vegas Bowl, which is going to take place at Alliance Stadium, which is why it's one of the later bowls this year. And then on New Year's Eve, I'm going to make sure I match this up right, we have the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl on ESPN at 11 a.m. Eastern. Then we have Tony the Tiger's Sun Bowl on CBS at 12:30 Eastern. And then we have the semifinals of the college football playoffs, which and now these are kind of like, they're not sure exactly who's going to go first yet, but we're going to have the semifinals. Either it's going to be the Orange Bowl first or the Cotton Bowl, and that'll be around 3:30 p.m. Eastern, and then following that, it'll be the same. It'll be either the Orange Bowl or the Cotton Bowl. I'm gonna basically go on record and say the Cotton Bowl is going to be first, and then the Orange Bowl will be last on New Year's Eve. On New Year's Eve to determine who goes to the national championship. All right, to make sure I don't miss anything here, we have New Year's Day. So we have the Outback Bowl, which will be on ESPN2 at noon Eastern. Then we have the Citrus Bowl, which will be on at 1 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Then we have the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, which will be on at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. Then the Rose Bowl game, which will be on at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Then the Sugar Bowl at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. And then on January 4th, basically one of the days people go, and then on January 4th, on the day that people go back, we have to be determined the Texas Bowl. They don't know exactly what time just yet. And then all the other bowl games have yet to be determined as exactly the date and time they will be going, but they are going to happen. And that's the Red Box Bowl, San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl, and Arizona Bowl, which will be on ESPN, and the Holiday Bowl will be on Fox. And then the National Championship on the 10th of January. So yeah, those are all the bowl games, including the ones that I almost missed, but went back and double checked, of happening this year. And I can tell you, that's a lot of bowl games. You know, that's a lot of bowl games, like I said, that'll be taking place. Some have yet to be determined of exactly where they're going to take, you know, when they're going to take place and what date. But I think we'll be getting those answers very soon, if not already. But let me know what your thoughts are on some of the bowl games that I mentioned that are now defunct, and who you think can make a comeback, as well as what are your thoughts on some of the bowl games that are scheduled for this year. Which ones are you more intrigued in when they happen? We don't know who's going to be in them, obviously, but which ones will probably intrigue you the most? Comment down below in the comments in the comment section below, as well as in the live chat during the premiere. And I am out. Y'all have a good day. Peace.